Welcome to the Be Your Best Self Life Planning Series. I am your host, Lakita Brooks, LCSW. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, as you see, today I'm actually at a baseball field. So, how many of you all can remember when your kids was all these small, young toddlers and they started their pee-wee games at the ages of 3 and 4 and pop one and all of these different things. And as parents, we have all these great ideas and dreams and aspirations for our kids. So fast forward to today, where we now have teens, and they still have a lot of those same characteristics when they were small, like when they were like 3 and 4. Yet it's like 1000% to another level than what they were back then. So if they were probably organized back then, they're probably extra organized now. And if they were kind of all over the place and a little free spirited, they're probably more free spirited now as a teen. So today I want to talk about new 9 weeks, new opportunity to get it together. So as you all know, I am a clinical social worker and I have a 12-year-old who's in 7th grade. So we did get the report card and it was definitely, I don't even want to say a battle. I would just say that I was in ultra mom clinical social worker like advocacy mode, not in a sense of asking teachers to do something that's unreasonable, but just, hey, putting the ask out there. All they can say is like, no. So some of the things that I did with my daughter to help us survive and make halfway decent grades the first 9 weeks was just really being engaged with those teachers and sending emails and even if the teacher was very responsive, I would send them an email and just say, hey, thank you so much for working with me and my daughter. I know it's not the easiest task, but thank you, thank you, thank you. And even with those where they said no, I still was appreciative that they even took the time to respond. Because sometimes teachers, they feel like they're above the law or above any governing body. Some teachers, not saying all, but some have that mentality about them to where they don't feel like they need to answer to parents or they have to give parents a response. And that's just not good customer service. I mean, yes, they're teachers, but it's just not good customer service. So at that time, you'll take things to another level, assistant principal over academics and even the principal. So now we've survived, we've asked, we've begged, we've pleaded, and we turned out fair. And the sad part is the 2 C's we received were in gym and a dance class, which is like, what? We managed to pull off the academics. But so anyhow, for our new 9 weeks, we're focusing on grades and we're also focusing on social skills, all those like little things that, help you do well, like being likable and stuff like that. So for a new 9 weeks, I, as a parent, have taken a proactive parenting stance to say, hey, I'm not going to just wait until like once a week to look at my daughter's grades, because at this point, I've realized that my daughter is not me. She's not borderline type A, really disciplined. I might not be organized, but I guess functional disorganized, I guess. But I am like over the top, disciplined, going to get it done by any means necessary, even if it's in like the final day. So no one ever had to talk to me and like as a kid to say, hey, Lakita, did you do this? Did you do that? I always just got it done. And if I needed something, I asked for it. Well, I'm beginning to realize, even I guess I kind of knew it, but maybe I was in denial as a parent, that that's not my daughter. So we all, parenting does not come with a manual. And just because we're one way or we have kids that's another way does not mean that each kid is going to be the same, because they're not, and they don't come with a manual, and they're like all so different. So I've realized for me, as a parent who helps other people all the time with their problems as my profession, Um, with my kid, I actually have to take a very proactive approach to it. You know, I have to literally look at focus almost every single day, look and see what assignments are coming up, and a whole lot of other things to really help her with succeeding. So, like I said, looking at focus, looking to see what grades are coming up. If she didn't do well on the assignment, reaching out to the teachers to see what did she do wrong, how can she improve, what can I do at home to help. I even have teachers now that actually reach out to me before I reach out to them because I've really just been very proactive in this process. They'll say, hey, these are some things I saw. You might want to look at this, etc. So the positive thing is we have a new 9 weeks. So we have a new opportunity to get it together. We're starting off from scratch. So I would encourage you, if you have a child that's not fully on top of it, then just, I know it's a headache. It drives me crazy because I don't feel like I should have to do it. But guess what? The only way for us to survive 7th grade this year until my daughter gets it together is for me to be there over the top, constantly looking at focus, looking to see when assignments are due, asking her, you know, did they send anything home? Do you have any papers that you need to give to me, and all that jazz. So hopefully this helps. If you are watching the recap of this once it's officially recorded, and please share it, like it, comment, send me a direct message. I'm Lakita Brooks, LCSW with LCN Enterprise. So be encouraged, be your best self. Know that parenting doesn't come with a manual, and you got this. It's just sometimes we have to be very proactive parents. I'm doing it, and I'm not saying that it's easy, and it can be extremely aggravating. And we're considering some other things when it comes to dance and tutoring and stuff like that for this new 9 weeks, because I just really want her to be successful and really taking the time to help her get to the point where she is self-sufficient and not dependent upon me to get all this stuff done. So, with all that being said, thank you all so much for joining me today. Have a rock star week. New 9 weeks, new opportunity to get it together. Hey, we are in the trenches together, literally. I understand. So until next week, 8 a.m., LCN Enterprise, Facebook Live. Be your best self.